My name is Misaki, and I'm a part-time housewife. I live with my husband, Daiki. Sorry to keep you waiting, Daiki. Here's my special curry rice.
Thanks, Misaki. Let's eat. It's delicious as always.
I'm glad you like it. Let me have some too. Yep, it tastes just like usual.
Your curry always has such a rich flavor. It's so good. You put in a few secret ingredients, don't you?
Yes, I add some noodle soup base, ketchup, sauce, and sugar.
Hearing it again, that's quite a mix. But it's what makes it so tasty.
Personally, I prefer adding chocolate.
Oh, chocolate. Why don't you use that then?
It makes it a bit too sweet.
Oh, I see. Wait, couldn't you just adjust the amount you add?
Adjust the chocolate. Sorry, Daiki, I'm not quite sure what you mean.
I know you love chocolate, but you should understand that much, right?
Daiki and I have been married for 3 years now. We sometimes argue, but we always make up quickly and have been living happily. However, I haven't gotten along well with my mother-in-law from the beginning.
Mom, I'd like you to meet my wife, Misaki.
Nice to meet you, I'm Misaki.
You brought someone rather unremarkable, didn't you?
What? Hey, Mom, that's rude to Misaki.
Well, I just don't understand why you chose someone like her.
Haha, sorry.
All right then. If you're going to say that, I'll list 100 great things about Misaki.
It seemed I wasn't welcomed, but Daiki earnestly highlighted my good qualities.
And she's really smart, working at a major trading company. Isn't that amazing?
Just stop, Daiki, it's okay now.
You actually listed 100 things. Well, working at a major trading company, huh? Does that mean I can trust you with that?
What do you mean by that?
No way. Stop it. This isn't something to discuss here.
I have debts, a considerable amount actually. If you agree to help pay them off, I'll have no choice but to approve this marriage.
I was taken aback by the condition for our marriage, but I also felt sympathy. Daiki's father passed away when Daiki was young, so his mother raised him alone. Now, she has a bad leg and can't work properly. So, Daiki and I decided to support her with monthly remittances. We've been doing this for 3 years now, but one day Daiki fell ill and had to be hospitalized for a long time. Hi Daiki, how are you feeling today?
Misaki, thanks for coming every day. Nothing's changed, for better or worse.
I see. Well, it's better than getting worse. I thought you might get bored in the hospital, so I bought you a book. I hope you like it.
Thanks. I'm sorry, Misaki. You're so busy with work, and I keep troubling you.
Hee, it's okay. I'm doing this because I want to.
I'm sorry about my mom too. You can say no if she asks for anything.
Thank you. I'll handle things with her, so don't worry about it. It's been almost 2 months since Daiki was hospitalized, and last month, we couldn't send money to my mother-in-law. At the moment, I could only pray and prioritize Daiki's recovery. A few days later, my mother-in-law called. Hello, Mother.
Hey, where's the 280,000 yen for this month's remittance? It hasn't been transferred yet.
Ugh. Are we talking about this again?
What? What kind of attitude is that? How long do you plan to keep me waiting? Don't you feel any remorse?
It's not that I don't, but this has been a crucial time for Daiki and me.
Don't think you can get away with just saying that. I have to survive, you know.
Survive. When we started sending money, we thought the debt would be paid off within a year. But it's been 3 years now, hasn't it? How is it that the debt still isn't paid off?
Things have changed since then. Living costs have gone up. So I have no choice.
No choice, huh?
I raised Daiki all by myself. So you have an obligation to support me so I can live comfortably.
And your son is in a condition that requires hospitalization. Why haven't you visited him?
I don't care about this hospitalization nonsense. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is that I'm able to live. That's what filial duty is.
What? How can you say such a thing?
And you work at a good company, don't you? You must have plenty of savings. So hurry up and transfer the money. If you refuse, I'll make you a co-signer on my debt.
In response to my mother-in-law demanding the remittance. We can't send you money anymore.
It's not about can't, you must. Don't forget the conditions of our marriage.
I haven't forgotten, but your son is no longer in this world.
What? What do you mean?
This morning, he took a sudden turn for the worse. I was about to call you. Just yesterday, he seemed to be doing fine.
So, Daiki is, really?
Yes. I'm truly sorry. He used to say he wanted to do more for you, but now, it's too late.
Ha 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 ha. Oh, I see. That's the best filial duty.
What? Mother.
What are you saying? He did the greatest filial duty of all, inheritance. I looked into it beforehand. A third of the estate goes to me.
Inheritance. Aren't you sad about Daiki?
Of course, I'm very sad. No more remittances. But if I get the inheritance, it's fine. Hey, I'll come by to collect it, so be ready with cash.
I was at a loss for words with my mother-in-law only thinking about money. A few days later, she came to our home.
Hey, Misaki, I'm here to collect the inheritance.
Mother. I'm sorry, I'm still so sad about Daiki.
Yes, it's very sad, but being sad is useless. Spending time and energy on someone who's gone is pointless.
Please don't say it's useless or meaningless. I still haven't come to terms with it.
Well, the only thing the dead can wish for is the happiness of those left behind. And what is happiness? It's money, the inheritance.
Happiness may be that, but money.
What are you saying? There aren't many things the deceased can leave behind for their loved ones. Among those, money becomes the means to sustain and protect the lives of loved ones. So we must properly accept Daiki's legacy, his inheritance.
Even so, I can't just accept it like you do.
Good grief. Just give me the inheritance. I have the right to it. I even looked into it, so I know a bit about inheritance laws. No matter what you say, I'm taking Daiki's inheritance.
I thought you were saying something profound, but it's always about money. Why didn't you visit him even once in the hospital? You're always so concerned about money. There are more important things to do.
Yes, I get it. Enough with the lecture. All I want is the inheritance. I don't care about anything else. Hurry up and hand it over. If you plan to run off with it, I'll hire a lawyer.
At first, my mother-in-law tried to sound profound, but soon enough, she started demanding money as usual. In response,
Enough already. Am I just a cash cow to you?
What? Geiki, if you're standing, that means you're alive.
Yeah, saying I was dead was a lie. I was finally discharged a few days ago.
Oh, well, that's good. So, the inheritance.
of course, there is none. We wanted to see how you'd react regarding the remittance in a situation like this. It was a plan Daiki and I came up with to reveal your true nature.
What? So you tricked me. Don't mess with me. Why did you do this?
I wanted to make you rethink your obsession with money.
I thought even a miser would reflect on their actions after hearing their son's death. But even this last resort didn't work. For you, money is more important than life.
Of course, money is necessary to live. If you were in my shoes, you'd be the same as me.
I will never value money more than life. If I did, I'd consider myself a failure as a person.
Are you saying I'm a failure as a person? You can say that because you've never truly struggled with money. When you're barely surviving, you can't worry about other people's lives.
It's true I've never been in such dire financial straits. But even if I had no money, I would still care for my relatives and mourn their loss. I can't support you, who didn't show any of that.
You're so noisy. I raised Daiki, and my job as a mother is done. How I live my life now is my business.
Sure, it's your business, as long as you take full responsibility. I recently learned that your debt was due to gambling, wasn't it? And that your bad leg was an act to gain sympathy and money. Unbelievable.
Your debt hasn't decreased, it's actually increased since we started helping.
What? How do you know that?
You dragged Misaki into this, making her cover your debts. That's despicable. And yet you had the nerve to lecture us about responsibility.
I used to think you struggled to raise Daiki. But we won't pay for debts incurred for such reasons. When we exposed my mother-in-law's secrets, she seemed to give up.
I was so careful to keep it from you two. How did you find out?
I appreciate you raising me single-handedly after Dad passed away. That's why I've worked hard to be a good son. But if you show joy at the thought of my death, I've reached my limit.
Mother, you didn't show any sadness. You were actually happy about getting an inheritance.
Well, of course. It's not every day you get your son's inheritance. And what's the point of being sad? The time for those left behind is limited. If you don't move on quickly, it's a waste.
That's something someone who has truly grieved has the right to say, not someone who would rejoice at my death.
But you know, your filial duty can still be fulfilled. Sure, it was better to keep getting remittances, but that was nearing its limit anyway. In a way, this was the perfect timing for the greatest filial duty.
Even after all this, you don't get it. This is the end. We're cutting ties with you.
And we'll stop the remittances, too.
Her. Did you think I increased my debt without any backup plan? Daiki, you're the co-signer of my debts. Don't think you can escape my debt.
Your threats are useless. I didn't sign any documents, so I have no responsibility. No matter what you or the loan company say, I'm not obligated to pay.
What? That can't be.
Also, we've moved to a new place, so coming here will be pointless. This is goodbye. Hearing our words, my mother-in-law suddenly panicked.
Wait, what will happen to my life then? The interest alone is outrageous.
I don't care. You brought this on yourself.
We initially cooperated, hoping to help you pay it off before it got to this point. But you've been selfish and manipulated us for too long. You never considered our situation, only your own desires. We've had enough.
Wait, please. You can't just say this suddenly.
When I was hospitalized, the first thing you looked into was inheritance. It's beyond infuriating. It's laughable.
I was desperate for money. What else could I do?
You never once apologized. I'm glad I saw your true colors. I have no regrets now.
I am sorry. I'll apologize, so please don't cut ties with me.
Do you think apologizing now will change anything? I'm done being dragged into this. Just leave.
Why? Why won't you understand? I've worked so hard raising Daiki on my own without complaining. Why should I be punished for a little indulgence?
Your indulgence went far beyond a little, that's the problem. And Daiki is your precious son that you raised with care, isn't he? When did you start valuing money more than your own son?
It's crazy that you don't even realize how much gambling has taken over you.
It must be because I'm sick. That's why I couldn't feel sad. If I get better, I'll go back to how I used to be.
Don't blame it on an illness. Even if you have an addiction, you can still feel sorrow and regret. You're just too lenient with yourself.
Maybe losing us and the remittances will force some change in you. But we'll never know. Goodbye, Mother. Thank you for everything. This is our final farewell.
No. Is this really the end? I still have so much debt. How did it come to this?
And so, my mother-in-law trudged off somewhere. Faced with the necessity of dealing with her debt on her own, she soon started multiple part-time jobs. Whether something inside her snapped or she realized the severity of her situation, she worked diligently late into the night without causing any major issues. However, most of her earnings went towards repaying the debt, leaving her to subsist on only the meals provided at her workplaces. Thus, she led a difficult life, working from morning till night without indulging in her beloved gambling. As for us,
Hey Misaki, this curry is amazing, but do you mind if I tweak it a bit?
sure, how about adding some cheese?
No, I'm going to add some chili oil.
Chili oil? That's not a common addition, is it good?
Yeah, chili oil usually overpowers everything, but not curry. Curry stands its ground. The spice blends perfectly with the curry. Honestly, I can't find any downside.
Wow, if it's that good, maybe I should try it too.
Definitely give it a shot. You might find you can't live without chili oil after this.
That sounds like some scary drug. Let's see. Oh, you're right, it's surprisingly good.
Right? I almost feel like chili oil was created for curry.
That might be a bit of an exaggeration, but it's true. However, it's not for those who dislike chili oil. If you can't enjoy the flavor, I wouldn't recommend it.
What? It's the perfect combination for everyone.
Okay. If you love it so much, why did you hold back on using chili oil until now? Since then, we've been living peaceful days. On this particular day, we were eating the curry that Daiki once praised so highly. It was going well at first, but for some reason, Daiki started talking about chili oil and eventually claimed that all food should be paired with chili oil. I thought that was a bit much and argued back, which turned out to be a mistake, leading to a long debate between the two of us. Thinking that if he felt so strongly, I might try making a chocolate cake with chili oil next time. We spent a lively afternoon together.
If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.